Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Born Country 9630. I want to make a video on how to tell your parents that you smoke, chew, dip, whatever. Um, right now it's cold as pits outside. It's October 10th, October 8th, sorry. And, I'm helping the carpenter put tin back on the side of our house. And, taking a break right now. And we're getting ready to take crops off. But either way, my story for telling my parents that I did all this shit, I started smoking mornings when I was 11, so 4 or 5 years ago. And it was actually a friend's house, and she said, hey, you should try this, whatever. So I thought, alright, no problem. So I did. I coughed, I choked, whatever. I tried it again because I'm stubborn like that. And then I just kind of got stuck on it. My mom, dad, brother, and my grandmother all smoke, and we live with my grandma since I was 4. And my grandma knew first. One day I asked her, I said, how much is a pack of smokes, Grandma? I think I was like 12 then. And she said about $9, so I gave her money, and she called me an idiot. I told her not to tell my parents. She was pretty chill with that. And then the next step was kind of tell my mom. She knew that I did it. I remember having another spot on my screen. But I remember telling my dad, well, kind of asked him, I said, what would you say if I was smoking? And he said, well, you're a fucking idiot, and you shouldn't be doing it, you're too young. And I knew that they'd kind of figure it out because you could smell it, and, like, ashtray ashes everywhere. And Mom knew, but we went up to Kingston to see a movie. It was actually the day Twilight came out in theaters. And we walked outside and said, hey Mom, can I grab your smoke? And she's like, I'm not going to watch. And then took a few drives, get back. And I was never comfortable smoking in the house around her. I was smoking behind the barn. And we went to Toronto, I think last year, to see my aunt. We go up there a lot. Down there, sorry. And on the way to Toronto, I had no smoke, so I didn't want to smoke forever. And then I grabbed a smoke out of her pack, and she's like, I'm not watching you. And then after that, it's pretty okay smoking around her. But I never told my dad until end of July this year. We were at the cottage, and the only time I could smoke was if he was at another friend's cottage or he was out fishing. And then he was passed out on the couch, and I asked Mom, I'm like, how can I tell Dad? Like, I don't want to hide behind his back. She said, just tell him. So he came out the next morning. I'm like, Dad, you know I smoke, right? He's like, yeah, obviously I know. I just don't want to say anything. And you're a fucking idiot. If you're smart, you'd stop. Like, you and your mom are trying to stop. And yeah. Then he's been okay with it. Like, I can smoke around them. I'm perfectly comfortable smoking anywhere now. Hopefully next year I'm doing co-op with the Canadian Armed Forces to do combat in the military. I'm trying to quit smoking, so I started dipping. And I've been dipping for a while. It's just, I wasn't really fond of it, but I had a hard time getting it all the time, so I was just an odd dipper. Now I dip every day. I'm slightly addicted to Skull Wintergreen, long cut. But I asked Mom one day, I'm like, do you think you'd stop at Rick's gas station and get me some dip? And she said, it's disgusting, it's gross, what are you doing with all your shit? But I'm keeping it in here, which is rather disgusting. But she ended up coming home with some, let's see if I find the pin. With Copenhagen snuff, okay? This stuff, I love Copenhagen long cut. Snuff, I think, is disgusting. But, yeah, and now I'm she knows I do it. And I told her, I'm like, I'll text her and say, Mom, can you go up and get me a tin of dip? She'll say, okay, what kind? I haven't told my dad yet. My brother would kick my ass. He's 10 years older than I am. So would his girlfriend. Only Mom and Grandma know that I'm dipping, but it's better to tell your parents when you start or just a little while into it than waiting and waiting to tell them. Because if you're smoking or you're dipping or chewing and your parents catch you, they'll probably be pissed. I know that because my grandma caught me smoking behind the barn once. I thought she was gonna haul off and kick me, but yeah, I ended up just telling Mom, I'm like, I'm smoking, like, I want you to be okay with it, and everyone says, well, you can't really stop her when 5 of you are smoking. So, she's pretty chill with it. My dad's pretty chill with me smoking. So I think it's weird when I completely quit smoking. I think I have like 5 smokes today, and it's 1:14 right now. But I got stopped because I'm starting to train for co-op, and once I start basic training, it's going to be kicking my ass. But yeah, definitely just tell them the truth. Be straight up with them, like why you started, how you started, what your thoughts are towards it. Just actually sit down and talk to them. Like, whichever one you're closer with. I'm closer with my mom. Me and my dad aren't really talking right now, but sit down and just talk to the one you're closer with first. If they take it okay, wait a little while to tell your other parent. And yeah, I'm gonna say for dipping the smoking because I hunt, as you can tell, and like tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, and Monday morning we're going goose hunting, me and my brother and a couple other guys. And it's so much easier to just have dip in your mouth because the last line will smoke. And with lighters, it's hard to get them lit when it's windy out. So yeah, honestly, be straight up with them. Tell them the truth. Don't make up any lies. You'll be better off in the long run. It's probably hard for people that don't have, like, family that smoke, but because 4 people in my house smoke, it's kind of natural. Like, I tell Dad, I'm like, I still remember when I was a kid, I was like 4 or 5, and he said, well, I'll tell you right now, when I was born, my parents always called me Mouse. Little Mouse. And they still do. Nuts and Mouse came got me a pack of smoke, so I did. I opened it for him. He opened the left side first, like you read left to right. And I remember grabbing one, putting it in my mouth, because I wanted to be like my dad. And I think that's when it started. Because my dad was always my idol, but then we started fighting. But, yeah, just be straight up, tell him the truth. But I don't really have much else to say. I have to go get ready for work soon, finish putting the tin on the house, and one of my girlfriends is coming over soon, so, yeah, be straight up, don't lie. It was easy for me. You have a lot of regret telling them. You just kind of don't really know what to say. You constantly have things on your mind as to what are they going to do, what are they going to say. It's better to tell them straight up. It saves you a lot in the long run, but save the lungs, drop the gums. That's all I gotta say. Later, guys.